Number one Ibble Dibble here. Hello, friends. By popular demand, I am back for another episode of Rank, wherein I rank Meghan's Invictus Grift, and her Nigeria trip outfits. As usual, I'm going from best, in my opinion, to worst. Let me know if you agree or disagree in the comments below. Look number one, the best thing she wore in Nigeria, a traditional skirt by a local designer. The line is called Regalia by FAL. That was apparently gifted to her with a Carolina Herrera classic white shirt. The Burberry shoes are ugly. Obviously, she should have gone with silver to match the skirt, but I guess she really can't ever wear silver leather with the tens of thousands of dollars of yellow gold jewelry she piles on literally every day for really formal big events like disabled children's basketball games, can she? You know what would have been perfect for this event? A Giants of Africa basketball jersey, an Invictus polo, jeans, sneakers, mesh shorts? I don't know. Dream big, Meghan. But in seriousness, stud earrings, the stainless and gold version of the Cartier watch, and a free throw contest with the kids would have looked much better. Instead, they had to listen to her give a speech about how she fucked their coach once at Soho House in Toronto. Just kidding. Just kidding. She says,
On a personal note, I lived in Toronto for 7 years, which is like these days. I want to talk about full circle. Never did I think that we would be able to be here all these years later, supporting the expansion of this incredible organization through our foundation, our Dell Foundation.
I think she means this baller never called her back. Pretty sure she's been well aware for months that her Archwell Foundation is delinquent and not allowed to operate. She also hates kids so much, it's kind of funny. This line is supposed to be read in an encouraging tone, but doesn't it sound threatening?
All of you, we just can't wait to see how well you play.
Plus, how extreme of a narcissist must you be to resent losing a pickup basketball game to children in wheelchairs?
Don't tempt me to try to do in basketball. My husband is the athletic one.
This outfit, suspended by itself in time and space, is the best thing she wore on this trip, but is also, as per usual, not at all appropriate for the venue, and very much gives "I'm wearing more money on my little pinky finger than you'll ever see in your life" vibes. If you can scam a Nigerian for a free skirt like Meghan, this outfit will run you 124,000 US dollars. If you can't, I guess you'll just have to order it on Instagram. Second best, in my opinion, another of her bootleg Kamala Harris white power suits. This is boring, but it ranks so highly because so much of what she wore was just so much more inappropriate. I think she wears these suits because she's trying to look like Kerry Washington as Olivia Pope in Scandal.
Meghan Markle.
Which she always cites as her favorite TV show, about an empowered, political, entrepreneurial, feminist, minority, strong, dangerous, smart one, puppet master woman. I totally get it,
Welcome to the club, girl.
but you could never. The cut is actually as good as it could be for Megs, given she insists on wearing this nipped-in jacket shape. The cuffs and trousers are hemmed at the correct lengths. The jacket length and shape is as good as it could be for her, even though it's still not quite right to me. Apparently, this is a discontinued Altuzarra suit she's had since 2018, and you can tell this is from when she still had the benefit of royal tailors. The shoes and shell clash with the suit, even though this is the simplest thing to get right. We've seen her wear other pieces that would work, so I do not understand why she just can't open her closet door and do it. For example, if she insists on wearing these brown suede Manolos with a white suit, which is not great, why not wear one of these striped shirts she already owns? Or a blouse made from a traditional Nigerian textile? Isn't it obvious all of these would look better than an off-white cashmere tank? This event notably included a traditional dance performance where Meghan and Harry stared at the performers like they were aliens. Meghan especially looked like she was gritting her teeth in every photo. She seemed pretty bored and embarrassed. Harry more casually contemptuous. In fairness, at least he was a good sport about wearing and being photographed in traditional Nigerian attire. I don't know why Meghan refused to do it. Anyway, considering this ensemble cost her $9,500, she probably could have just hired the costume designer on Scandal, Lynn Paolo, who also did Bridgerton, Queen Charlotte, Little Fires Everywhere, and How to Get Away with Murder, by the way, to put together some appropriate, flattering outfits for her within that budget that politely nodded to her hosts. Oh well, look number 3, this yellow dress. There's really nothing to say about this. It's fine, it's forgettable. She looks like an old lemon with some brown scratches that rolled under a tablecloth. She's a casual lunch table setting in Provence, yet it's the most appropriate thing she wore the entire time, and she still couldn't manage to cover her shoulders. Everyone knows you don't put shiny gold napkin rings on cotton stripes, so she probably could have skipped the $72,400 flashing gold jewelry. Let me ask you a question. Would you pay $5,250 for this dress and shoes? I wouldn't. I think this is yet another example of everyone at Carolina Herrera absolutely hating her and her being too blind and egotistical to realize it. Personally, if you're giving me 60s, 70s hostess gown, I want Jim Thompson tie silk insanity. She looks like she's living in that era, just not very fashionably. You know who she reminds me of? Pat Buckley. Of course, Pat was a human being with emotions and opinions and a personality and a sense of humor and a family she cared about and a terribly intelligent and articulate and cultured husband and a large group of loyal friends she frequently entertained. Not a glassy-eyed, porcelain-toothed robot grifter reject. I just mean, like Meghan, 2 of her very public failings were bad politics and horrible muumuus. Also, Vogue, what the hell? This is why no one trusts you anymore. This is why your readership is lower than ever. Meghan doesn't have a career, or at least she didn't when she wore this dress. She's a rich dunce's trophy wife. This is not the most important fashion statement Markle has ever made. It's not a fashion statement of any kind. It is a silk chiffon muumuu. A woman carrying the future of a nation? What nation? Oh God, I'm scared. What nation? The US? The UK? Nigeria? Is that some fucking weird eugenicist reference to her being pregnant when she was first photographed in this dress? I cannot imagine how much money Vogue must have received to publish this shit. The answer is not pumping out low quality pay for play celebrity content. The answer is going back to your roots with high style print editorial. Of course, I suppose you'll never do that. If you're interested in how Vogue restructured itself into a low quality publication, please check out my Meghan and Vogue series. Link in the description box, heart above. This is why I only look at runway photos these days. Number 4, this creepy ass Diana cosplay. This only ranks so high because at least she wasn't flashing people again, but jeepers creepers. Do you think they still pray to Diana's hair? Do you believe the rumor about Eugenie finally cutting them off because she overheard Meghan tell Harry Diana was speaking to her from the other side during her yoga practice? Will Harry ever realize how disturbing it is that his wife advertises his Oedipal complex for the world to see? If I were as woke as they are, I'd consider having to look at side-by-sides like this workplace sexual harassment. Do you think King Charles or William or Diana's friends ever see these fake pop shots of Meghan cosplaying Diana and text each other about how crazy she is? Before Meghan, I genuinely did not know you could stalk someone from beyond the grave, but now I do. I don't know which is scarier, the loss of that innocence I maintained in this world for 40 plus years, or the fact that she also seems to be revealing her midriff in this outfit. The possibility is horrifying me enough that I almost didn't notice. The cream sweater clashes with the white jeans, and the brown jacket clashes with the tan shoes. What to say, what to say? Is Xanax over the counter in Nigeria? Oh, I'm forgetting again. From what we can see, this outfit will set you back $7,900. But we know without seeing that she's wearing Diana's watch and cross necklace and stained middle school field hockey bloomers she found on eBay, don't we? Number 5, the white column dress for the Nigeria Unconquered reception. Yes, this is yet another example of Princess Diana cosplay, but I just can't with her, so we're moving on. She's getting away kind of with showing the skin because at least this was a formal evening kind of event. I will never understand how she travels by private jet, but still can't manage to pack a travel steamer. This dress needed to be steamed. It looked a lot better at the beginning of the meal and then slowly bunched up more and more under her bust in a very unflattering way, indicating poor fit and improper undergarments. She should have bought a size larger and tapered it to her shape. She should have worn smoothing shapewear. I don't know why she doesn't invest in a proper corseted slip she can wear under anything strapless, considering she favors spaghetti strap and strapless styles so much. Spandex tube tops like this are okay for preteens, not ladies at formal dinners. Do I think she dressed this way to stand out from the crowd of Nigerian women in bright colors and busy patterns? Kinda, in the sense that she never bothers to try to fit in anyway. I think it's more that now that she's skinny, she wants to dress mostly in mid 90s Armani inspired minimalist stuff that only works on skinny people. Not a bad inspiration, but invest in the foundation garments that make it work. This ticking time bomb of an outfit will run you just under $105,000, not counting Princess Diana's priceless diamond cross necklace. And by the way, I am so sick of people writing that Meghan is honoring Diana or nodding to Diana every time she wears a piece of her jewelry. Meghan never met Diana. Meghan very well may not have been liked or approved of by Diana. Meghan is nothing like Diana. She's just a flashy bitch who likes yellow, gold, and diamonds, and Diana's are sitting in a box somewhere. Number 6, the cha-cha emoji dress she wore to the Women's Leadership Conference. This was from a Nigerian brand based in Lagos, Orire. Bravo, good job. Wearing local is exactly what she should be doing. That said, she couldn't find a jacket or a sweater to wear over this. It's a women's business conference and she's wearing a cocktail dress. The brand does sell appropriate alternatives. I think this orange satin outfit would be really cute, especially with a colorful Nigerian head wrap or shawl. Missed opportunity in my opinion. Also, the other ladies there are wearing more caftan type styles, which are super popular in Nigeria. She could try something like that by a local designer. You know, Nigeria is very aesthetic. It always has been. It's loud, colorful, fun, vibrant, and structural. The high fashion scene is extremely well developed. There are tons of amazing local designers, textile manufacturers, dressmakers, really pricey local boutiques. You're not sacrificing anything. You're not sacrificing luxury or style by wearing Nigerian. It's a pleasure, really. Meghan would have known this if she had, I don't know, subscribed to Marie Claire Nigeria for a single week. And I'm sure stylists in Lagos would have clamored to work with her. One way to warm up to the style of a place when you're not really comfortable with it is to use their local textiles in designs that are part of your own culture. For example, these are all incredibly reasonably priced Nigerian-made fabrics on voguefabrics.co.uk, thanks to the actual diplomats and trade envoys that actually maintain Commonwealth relationships and favorable trade deals, and any of them would have made lovely shirtwaist day dresses, harking back to Queen Elizabeth's first visits to Nigeria as a very young woman, and actually be appropriate for the events Meghan was attending. And there are hundreds more of these fabrics on that site alone. We know Meghan likes a shirtwaist dress. Where'd those go for this trip? Anyway, we have the foundation garments issue again. Easily seen when she's standing and walking. It does look great when she's sitting down, especially the flouncy hem. Like the dress, the jewelry is inappropriate. Daytime diamonds, really? Even the 72 days she spent as a working royal would be enough to learn better. If you want to wear this to your next tango meetup in the park, this outfit will run you $53,000 sans blood diamond pinky ring, but hell, wear your blood diamonds in Africa on a charity tour. That's not insensitive at all. Number 7, a Johanna Ortiz print dress in the same cut as the infamous catastrophic car chase sponsored by Hertz dress. I maintain that this is a great silhouette for her, but cut down to there and slit up to here is just showing way too much skin. This is a dress you wear to run errands by yourself in LA or at a beachside restaurant on vacation. This event, where Meghan is, was a Nigerian wounded veteran sit volleyball match. Would it have killed her to wear a boxy Invictus polo and some jeans? They also gave her their team scarf to wear, and she took it off and put it in her lap almost immediately. Lots of people have been criticizing her for not trying to cover up her cleavage with it, but maybe she had to cover her chocho with it. That slit was way up there, and she was sitting in a chair front row while the players were on the floor. One false move and it's quite a show. The last thing I want to comment on with this outfit is how Meghan is such an easy mark. If you give literally any piece of clothing or jewelry a style name that incorporates royalty or woo, she will buy it. Just during this Nigeria trip, she wore styles called Against Evil Eye, the Hex bracelet, a Windsor gown, a Regalia brand skirt, an Imperial disc necklace, Royal Signet style earrings, Santa Barbara style sunglasses. If you're a struggling jewelry designer, just rename all your stuff with dumb royal sounding, Southern California related style names, maybe a Diana style, maybe a Duchess style, and send the cheapest piece to Meghan in PR. I guarantee she will look at your website and buy everything with one of these dumb style names. This outfit looks basic, but costs a whopping $30,775, not counting her everyday Cartier. Number 8. Hilariously overdressed at the polo. The only thing that could redeem an over-the-top dress and heels like this would be if she got out and stomped divots, gin and tonic in hand, spilled some on herself, and laughed about it. She manages to make a kid's polo match into her own personal photo shoot. It's horrid. Do you think she ever has fun at all? She can't even lean back in her seat without cutting off the oxygen to her brain. I did at least find it funny that Misan was trailing her so closely in every single shot that the remove background feature in my photo editing software didn't even edit out his face. He was right behind her all the time. He is such a creeper. As for the dress, obviously a bad fit. The gathering at the waist is odd. The drooping chiffon overlay makes it look like her bust is hanging low and loose, even though she's flat as a board these days. And there are way too many trailing lengths of silk. It reminds me of this movie I saw when I was a kid that depicted Isadora Duncan's death as strangulation caused by her trailing silk chiffon scarf / halter dress ties getting caught up in the wheels of her car, which then crashed into the River Seine. Apocryphal or not, I didn't know, as I'd never looked into it. I got bored looking at Meghan's ugly clothes, so I decided to take a break and do a little research to find out, and found the front page of the New York Daily News from September 15th, 1927, reporting the accident. Yes, it seems a, quote, crimson foulard scarf at least 6 feet long, end quote, was indeed the death of her. I think Meghan must have Googled this too, because right under that headline article is another titled, Society Storms Polo in Tans and with Indian Complexions, subtitle, Notables in Gay Raiment Form Brilliant Gallery, authored by an anonymous debutante. Now this is the dream world Meghan occupies in her mind. We're glamming up in casual blackface is chic, not the real world where I tell her she was way too naked in front of children for the second or third time in 3 days, and everyone is disturbed by her bronzer abuse. If you want to know the right thing to wear, just look at this girl. This is what you wear. This is what's appropriate for a kiddie polo match. Then again, Meghan hates kids, and this face kinda says, choke me, I'd rather die than just be a blurred out background for 30 little rich kids holding up their trophies for their parents to take photos, doesn't it? Anyway, if you're thinking of bringing your death wish to a race car dealership, this look will run you around $75,000. Not sure exactly how much her gifted Nigerian coral bride earrings are worth. Last and yes, absolutely least in my opinion, she wore a naked dress to a mental health seminar at a kindergarten. If you don't know what naked dress means, the term was popularized by Carrie in Sex and the City season 1 when she wears a nude color backless silk jersey mini dress to seduce Mr. Big. Obviously, it has historic precedents like Marilyn Monroe's Happy Birthday Mr. President dress, one of Bob Mackey's first designs when he was only 23 working for Jean Louis. Yes, the one Kim Kardashian famously damaged at the Met Gala. Of course, Meghan's dress doesn't have the integrity those dresses had as solid, unapologetic slut dresses. Meghan's just has ugly, weird pattern piecing. Is so long, she's pretty likely to step on it at some point and accidentally flash a boob. But then again, is it really an accident when she could have gotten the dress hemmed and didn't? And of course, she wore it braless, nips poppin', and proceeded to jump up and down on camera dancing with the kids. I don't get it. Meghan tries to look like an elderly grande dame in California, where plenty of women run around dressing like Kardashian trash, but then dresses like this in an actually conservative country. It's so inappropriate, so off-putting, and it is part of the standard narcissist playbook to try to sexually dominate everyone all the time to an uncomfortable degree. I don't mind slut dresses, but there's a time and a place. A Nigerian kindergarten visit broadcast live on public TV worldwide is certainly not it. Did she not know they have air conditioning in Nigeria, or what happened? I also find it extremely cringe how Harry pointed at the traditionally costumed dancer who welcomed them and seemed to explain something about him to Meghan, even though the performer was hardly 2 feet from their faces. What the fuck? Respectfully watching this welcome ceremony with hands at their sides or folded in front of them and not chattering through it would have been much more mannered of them. And of course, she wore her classic creepy combo of Diana's watch, Trevor's bracelet, MBS's blood diamond pinky ring, and her Merchy Mommy tennis bracelet. Less the Cartier and Lorraine Schwartz looking this sleazy will cost you $8,250, including them $114,000. Ah, 3 days of head to toe gross. Do you think she went there naked on purpose to try to force Nigeria into buying her an entirely new designer resort wear wardrobe? Let me know in the comments below. Toodles! Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.